Can I start a new brand and get it going in just 7 days? And can I do most of the work with just one machine?
This is me. And this is me and my wife. We have a dream to have a small physical store, and we decided to give it a go and get it up and ready before the summer starts. And that's in 7 days. These are the things we need to do this week: a logo, products, a website, and marketing.
But we did get a head start because last year some of the patrons came here and helped us build a bunch of the furniture for the store. But right now there are no products at all. It's just an empty space, but with a bunch of other stuff as well. And I'm planning to get some products up and ready in just 7 days. I need to hustle. But first things first, we already have a name for it and a logo. So that's all good, but I need the products as well. And because I now have a bunch of machines I can use to make actual products, I figured I would try to do that. And that's where the sponsor came in, Eufy Make, but more about that later.
I've just built my new workshop and I'm itching to get back to making things I like, not just painting and putting up trim, even though I still need to do more of that. But I also need to start earning money from this workshop now, and what better than an actual good old physical store? So what's in the store then? Well, my wife actually has a pottery studio where she is doing pottery, so that's one. I'll be doing woodworking and some leathercraft for it. But also, my patrons and the patrons of the podcast, 3 Northern Makers, will have an opportunity to sell their stuff in here as well.
This is the coolest machine I have ever owned. And when Eufy Make reached out and wanted to sponsor a video, it was a perfect match because I knew I needed a bunch of products. And I cannot think of a better machine than this to make some of them. So I have a bunch of blank products that I ordered and I need to get them printed. But I also want to make some merch for the store so that people can get something small if they just want to support our venture. And we also want to make some of our own products. I have everything prepped and tomorrow the countdown starts. It's day 1. I have a couple of ideas already, but I think the merch is the easiest, so I'll start with that. I've already used the machine to make some stuff for my workshop, like the artsy paintings, and I've printed some water bottles and things like that. And the thing is, it's so easy to use, so I want to show you how easy it actually is.
I take the product I want to print on, whether it's a new thing or not, and I just place that thing on top of one of the print beds. There's a small one, a bigger one, and a rotary. Then I open up the app on the phone or the app on the computer, I import my photo, the printer scans the bed so that I know where to place my photo, and then I select what type of surface I'm printing on, and then I hit print. I go over to the machine and I hit go, and that's it. This is so easy, and this is a really quick print and it looks absolutely brilliant. But that's not all. Using the rotary couldn't be easier. You unlatch the regular print bed, put the rotary in and latch it. You place your mug or whatever you want to print on in the rotary, then you do the exact same thing with the app. You select the photo, the machine scans and even does height adjustments by itself. Then you can place the object wherever you want it and see a preview, and then hit print and off it goes. I mean, this will definitely be a game changer altogether. Whilst the printer was running, I started playing around making a simple website. We're doing a physical store, but I might as well have somewhere people can see the things we make. But also because I have a cool idea for an NFC tag that I'll get to later. That along with our Instagram that we need to revive. Everything within 7 days feels like an unachievable goal, but who remembers a coward? After spending some time setting that up, I could get back to more printing. To kick things off, I made some typical Swedish coasters, but with a little playfulness. And whilst they were printing, I made some 3D printed coaster holders for them. And they came out looking awesome. I want the theme of the store to be sort of local as well, stuff I see around the farm like foxes, moose, cows, forest and whatnot. So I also made an attempt at making a mug with a fox, and that also came out looking absolutely perfect, like I would buy that. After printing the coasters, I got back trying to plan what else I needed for the shop, but as it was getting late, I decided to end day 1. During day 2, I knew I needed to ramp up work a bit more, so I got going straight away. running between the printer and the computer, working on new things and working on printing more stuff. I had a couple of projects where I needed to work with other machinery together with the UV printer, and one of them was making some leather earrings. These are something me and my wife came up with 2 years ago, and my wife had been giving some away, but now we want to make some proper ones. So what I do is I put the leather inside my laser. This is actually a CO2 laser that is a beast of a laser from Aeon. But if you want to cut leather, this is the workhorse. Compared to a diode laser, this performs a lot faster and with higher detail and accuracy that I could never get with my diode. And if I place my leather inside the laser and import my designs into Lightburn, I can place them on top of the leather inside Lightburn because the camera takes a photo of the leather, which makes this a whole lot easier. One issue we faced the last time we made earrings was that we bought these big pack of earring blanks on Amazon, and they were only plated with silver, which means they can give some people a rash. And we don't want that, so this time around I've bought proper silver. It's more expensive, but also better. When the leather was cut, I wanted to brand them, and one of the coolest things I've noticed with the Eufimake UV printer is that it can print really tiny things without losing quality.
Oh my lord! It's so tiny, but it actually is incredibly detailed. So cool. That is so cool. You can't do that with a laser.
Every time I made a new product, I took photos of it so that I could place that on the website to make the portfolio grow more and more, but also to place it on our Instagram. And things like this takes time, especially since I was recording it at the same time. So after finishing day 2 at 18 o'clock, I gave up. AI art is a really debated thing, and that's why I decided to give it a go.
I mean, when the data being collected by the AI is used, it is honestly doing the exact same things as we humans do in combining our experiences to make new things. I'm not endorsing AI theft, I'm just saying. Every creative who ever made something used input from others to make that thing. There are no original ideas. So I'll try to print it and you can say what you think. I know some people are really upset with using AI. I really think there's no way to stop it at this point, and I'm using it.
I mean, I get the nuance. AI can replicate someone's work in a way humans aren't allowed to, and creativity isn't just about the outcome. It's about the process and the hours learning. But my intent with AI isn't to make it my replacement. It's a tool to me. I always do my best to make sure I'm not replicating someone else's work and that I'm always adding my own voice to it. To me, we're all guilty of intellectual theft, but it's about using the smartest notebook to get what you want. This is a rather big print that took a little more than an hour, and it used around 30 milliliters of ink.
But let me tell you, this turned out pretty fantastic. It sure looks like art to me.
These are NFC tags. NFC tags can actually be scanned by your phone if the phone has an NFC reader, which most modern phones do. That means I can add some information to this tag and then place that wherever I want. So in this case, I loaded the NFC tag with a link to our website. Then I had that placed inside a 3D printed key tag I designed in Fusion, and then I printed the fox on top of it, and I also printed an NFC icon on the back. Another idea is to give these away to people who buy things in the store, and instead of just having them go to the website, I came up with an idea to bring them to a site with a discount code. Pretty cool. After doing that and a bit more artwork and some more work on the website, I started feeling quite optimistic about getting there in just 7 days. Meanwhile, my wife had been messing about doing some bowls and other things in her pottery studio, all of which needed some glazing, but that would be done in time, hopefully. Now in the store I wanted to have a place to put magnetic things, like fridge magnets. I had already made some with the moose and the owl, but I wanted more. I had this steel sheet in an A3 format, so I decided to give that a look of a refrigerator front. I also had a pressing issue. How would people find the actual store? I had to make signs that I could place by the side of the road to have people find it. I decided to make something that I thought would attract people's attention, so I made a quick design in Photoshop and then I had that printed on a piece of wood. And this is when I totally fell into the groove of this week's project. It almost felt like I was running a production. The UV printer was printing, I was designing and making, and then I suddenly felt like doing some woodworking. Because the sign will look good, but I figured it would look even better with a frame. If this doesn't provoke you, I don't know what will. I used some walnut to make the frame, for outdoor use. Yeah, I used walnut! And if you're into woodworking, you're probably screaming at your screen right now, because walnut isn't great outdoors. It fades, it cracks, it doesn't like rain, but I had it. It's beautiful, and I'm sealing it like Fort Knox. So let's see how it holds up. Some of these machines are awesome, and I know I'm very privileged to be able to try some of them out, and I wish more could. Because my favorite thing is when I can combine them and use them together. A laser is really cool, but combined with a UV printer or a 3D printer, they become more. The price of the UV printer on the current Kickstarter is $16.99, which is actually crazy cheap if you compare it to the competition. I also made an extra sheet that I could print open and closed on, and then I could simply turn that around for open or closed. To protect it from weather, I sprayed it with a bunch of lacquer. I also printed on a piece of acrylic and made that a back piece of the sign so that when people leave, they're greeted with that. Then I placed that out by the road of our farm. Maybe someone would pass it and see it and decide to visit us. I also had some furniture ready for sale, so I used the UV printer to make tags for them so that I could put my brand on them. It's such a versatile machine, you can actually make a lot of things with. And the Kickstarter campaign is still running, so get in before it's too late. I'll have a link in the description, which is an affiliate link of course, but no extra cost to you, but it gives me a small kickback. And on that note,
some questions to answer. How much is the ink? Well, it will be around $300 for a 7 cartridge kit, which includes these colors and the cleaning cartridge. And that's a lot of money. But looking at other printers, the price of the UV ink is about the same. Or this is even cheaper. And it's also quite long lasting. I have not switched out any colors except for white yet, and I've printed quite a bit. And the reason I've swapped out the white is that when you're printing on something that isn't white, you need to print a base layer of white before you print the actual colors. But here's a cool tip for you. If you're printing on something that isn't white, you can actually spray paint it with a white spray paint. It'll save you both time on printing, but also a lot of UV ink. Another question is, how long lasting is it? Well, I found it to be quite durable, to be honest. Like if you scratch it with a nail, it will eventually come off. They told me not to use the dishwasher, which I used anyways, and it worked fine, but I'm guessing in the long run it's gonna come off if you keep on washing it in the dishwasher.
The last preparations were underway and I'd had an idea from the cows. The cows have these markings in their ear and I thought it would be cool to replicate that as an earring as well. So I modeled up the shape of a marking for a cow, and since the size will be quite small, doing a 2-color print usually doesn't look perfect when it comes to small things. So I printed the earrings in yellow PLA and then had the UV printer print a number on the earrings, and then I gave them an earring hook, and I have to say, they look pretty cool. I also spent some time making more art, making more of everything to be honest, just so that we would have things to fill the store up. And on the topic of cows, I also 3D printed a clock and printed a cow screaming as the watch face.
Ooh, that looks cool, doesn't it?
It's a weird thing, and I like it. Another thing I wanted to do with the UV printer was to use the 3D texture capability. Yes, it can actually print in layers up to 5 mm thick. In the app you can actually use the Creative Lab to create all sorts of 3D effects, like photo to brush stroke to imitate a painting. But I had an idea for a product that I think is quite fun, and it's also a perfect fit for a bit of 3D texture. These are brass coins I got off Amazon. I had the words yes and no with a colorful laurel wreath printed, and this is a good idea for any family. Let the coin decide for us rather than arguing. But there was one pressing issue. We had to fix the store as well. So that was the plan for day 6. I recently went with the family to this big market that is just a once-a-year market. And they have those across the country in different locations. It's like an old tradition, but what struck me when I was walking around the market was that there was a bunch of stalls, but many of them were just selling the same things. And mostly, to be honest, crap. And when I walk a market, I'm looking for that thing that sticks out, that I haven't seen before. Something that catches your eyes. That's what I want this store to be. I want people to feel like they found things they haven't seen before, things that are personal. And that's why the idea of this store isn't to manufacture things for it, it's not what I enjoy. Instead, I want to make what I feel like. And that goes into the store. That way you never know what you will find in this store, but that's part of the intrigue. Oh, and yeah, we need to fix the front of the store, but that's for another day. The last day of the week, and it was time to get this store open. I started placing things on the shelves and I tried to make it look nice. I also made price tags for everything, and then I could finally hang the big sign out by the front. Change the sign to open and have visitors come. My wife was still working on the glazing, and the pottery would have to wait a couple of days before it was done. But nothing really happened. Not during the entire day.
Okay, so maybe I started a brand in 7 days, but I need to do some marketing because I think nobody knows of us. I mean, one sign isn't gonna cut it. I hope I see you in the next video.